Good afternoon, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. This is the one and only. Okay, as you can see again, I'm in paradise. I'm in paradise. This is how I handle anger. This is how I handle being upset. This is how I handle being frustrated. This is how I handle a character challenging day. This is how I handle it. There you go. That's my answer. Cardio, weightlifting. I don't need to yell at anyone. I don't need to curse at anyone. I don't need to belittle anyone. I don't need to say damaging things to anyone. Here is my therapy. Here is my remedy for handling emotional chaos, for handling mental chaos. Right here. It's cardio time. I'm at the gym. I'm coming to you live. Listen to me. Yesterday, I created a video. I want you to like that video, share that video. That's a powerful video. And it's targeted at these men that go on these TV shows. TV hosts are saying the same thing. And I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the rhetoric. I'm tired of all of these men that have been divorced 4 or 5 times saying, and they even agree. Let me tell you what man you should avoid. You must be talking about yourself. Okay, because you've been divorced 4 or 5 different times. So you must be talking about yourself and your situation. However, women and men, listen to me. Men, listen to me, because I'm going to encourage us, okay? Because you got speakers out there, you got people with platforms that always are discussing what that women need to avoid. There are some women out there that you need to avoid too. Listen to me carefully. There are some women out there you need to avoid. On my last video, check it out. On my last video before this one, I pointed out 3 women that you need to avoid. 3 women that you need to avoid. Here is the part 2 of that. 3 other women that you need to avoid. And you need to listen to me carefully, men. And women, if this is you, you need to get help. Okay, period. Stop making excuses for it. Stop doing the blaming game. Your daddy wasn't in your life. Oh, you had a bad divorce. Not realizing the man had a bad divorce too. It wasn't just you having a bad divorce. The man was having a bad divorce too. I mean, this two-sided ideology now, I can't about stand it. People think that what's happening to them is only happening to them. The other person is suffering too. The other person is struggling too. The other person is upset too. The other person is sad too. Okay, so this is for the men. There are some great men in this world. Okay, my father is one of them, retired engineer, James Ellis Carson. I love you so much. I'm going to just give a shout out to my own dad, James Ellis Carson, who's been married to a wonderful, beautiful woman for over 20 years. God bless you, Dad. I love you so much. I love you. I love you with my whole heart and my life. If there's any man in this world I will lay my life down for, I hope you get this video. It would be you. I love you so much. Thank you for serving this country. He's a Vietnam vet, retired engineer. Okay, he started to go to law school, but he ended up getting drafted to the military, the service country greatly in the Army. Very intelligent man. I love him with all my heart. He took care of children that didn't even belong to him. So I love you, Dad. I love you. Happy Father's Day. Every day to me is Happy Father's Day, not just some day mapped out by the government for June. Every day is Happy Father's Day to me because you did your part. Everything didn't work out, but that's life. Les Brown shared with me, that's life. You got to take the setbacks with the success. You got to take the distractions with the success. Okay, so I just want to give a quick shout out to my dad. Nevertheless, let me get back on those 3 women. 3 women. I haven't lost my thoughts. Listen to me carefully. There's 3 men you need to avoid. 1, I'm gonna do this quickly because I'm excited and I need to go work out. I'm excited about my progress. I'm excited about success. I'm excited about where I'm going, not where I am. I'm happy for where I am, but I'm more excited for where I'm going. So these are the 3 women. Write this down, men, that you need to avoid. 1, the one that gossips. She always got something to say. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. She, instead of her writing a business plan, she gossips. She always want to tell the next woman something negative. Most time, 95% of gossip is always about somebody else, and it's always about the negative part about that person. Negative. And that's defamation of character that you can be sued for because that person never told you, 1, you had the right to talk about them. 2, you had the right to talk about them in a negative light. Okay, who are you? Nobody. If you want to get paid to be a spokesperson, if you want to get paid to be somebody's spokesperson, there's a job for that. You need to apply for that. If you want to share news, why don't you go get into journalism? That's the proper way, and get a job in journalism and sharing the news. But avoid women that gossip. They always gossip. They always got something negative to say about someone. Okay. And one thing a real man doesn't ever tell you, they don't like a real man, intelligent man, and a man that likes peace. This is only a man that likes peace. A man that likes peace don't want his woman always gossiping. Oh, it's always negative. That's a spirit. And in the household will always be in topsy-turvy, upside down, emotional, mental, and spiritual chaos when you got a woman that always gossips. She never has anything positive to say about anyone. There's no such thing as positive gossip. Period. Stop lying. They always want to gossip to a woman, another woman who likes to gossip, that keeps the fester of negativity and the mental turmoil of the other person going. And talking about gossip and listening to gossip is the same thing. Okay, you're no different. There's people that done sat still and said they were my friend. They were, oh, I'm his friend. I'm one of his greatest fans. But you sat there and you listened to the gossip. If you were a real friend, you would have walked away, told a person, listen, that's a friend to me. I respect him. I admire him. Shut your mouth. My grandmother used to say, if you don't have nothing good to say to no one, keep your mouth closed. As a matter of fact, 5 years, I have taken a meditation class with Dr. Deepak Chopra. And Dr. Deepak Chopra said, silence is the language of God. You don't need to comment about everything. You don't need to repeat everything that you hear. And you don't need to remark on everything that you've heard. Tell me something. Watch this, gossiper. This is for all the women and men that like to gossiper. How much money do you have in your bank account for all the gossip that you have spread, shared, and listened to? Answer that question. How richer are you? That's my question. How richer are you mentally, spiritually, financially? Because you have shared gossip, heard gossip, and you have spread gossip. What's the point of that? The second woman you need to avoid. The second woman, toxic woman you need to avoid. Not only the woman that likes to gossip, spread gossip, and the negative part about people, making them look worse so she can look better, so she can look like she's an expert in relationships. She's an expert. And because if she was an expert at relationships, she wouldn't have 4 failed marriages. She wouldn't have 6 divorces. So what are you commenting about on relationships for, and how relationships should go? Well, you don't even have one successful relationship that you can attribute it to, that you can account for. Because if that relationship was successful, you'll still be with that person. So keep your mouth closed. Nobody wants to hear nothing negative about another person. Nobody wants to hear the divorce or the hardships or the trials of another person. That's worthless. That's worthless. It doesn't account for anything. It doesn't mean anything. And all of us are a work in progress. Okay? You see how hyped I am. I'm hyped. I'm excited. Here's the second woman that you need to avoid. Listen to me carefully. The physically abusive one. People would like to think, oh man, men are crazy. They didn't create Snapped for crazy men. They didn't create shows like, my wife made me do this. They didn't create shows. Look at all them shows, especially Snap, Killer Couples, and watch 98% of the recent murders in this country, the recent murders and the mutilation of men and women have been created by women. Watch women who are always cussing at you, always belittling you, always want to ball a hand up and say, I ain't scared of you. I want to fight you. Don't do this. Watch me and listen to me carefully. I had to learn the hard way. Lord have mercy on my soul. I had to learn the hard way. Don't retaliate. If you're going to retaliate this way. Leave her alone. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Pack up your bag, get a U-Haul, call on some of your friends to help you pack, get out of there. Pack when she ain't there, just to be safe. Just to be safe and to make sure no police officers are called. Pack when she not there. Learn her schedule and pack your bags and everything. Only take what's yours. You ain't got to be nasty. You ain't got to be evil. You ain't got to be dark. You just leave and never look back. If you look back and you go back to her and you know she's physically, verbally, emotionally violent, then you deserve to die. Period. You deserve to die. Move on. There's 7 billion people on earth. 7 billion people on earth. You will be able to find one person on this earth who will love you like you want to be loved. You don't need to hold on to no woman that thinks she need to I don't want no woman to put their hand on me. And I've had to do it recently. Listen to me as I motivate you. I had to do this recently because I had to find out a way. Coach Carson had to find out a way. My man, how you going to resolve relationship conflict? If you are trying to talk and reason with a woman and she refuses to be reasoned with, you know what I decided to do? I decided to call the police. Woo! That's how I know I changed. That's how I know I started thinking. That's how I know I started to take my power back. I'll call the police. If you yelling, cussing at me, and you got your fist balled up, I'm going to call the police. I feel threatened now. Because men, if you retaliate, don't give in to it. I know it's hard. I know you caught in your emotions. Emotions are a great thing. But emotions that are attached to anger and you being upset and disappointed will cost you your life. Listen to me. I'm going to slow down a little bit because some of you all don't know. It will cost you your life. Don't do it. Listen, please, please. If you're going to be angry, that's fine. That's fine. You have a right to be angry. Anger is a natural emotion. The thing is, don't react on your anger. Do what I do. You know what I do when I'm angry? Because I get angry. I'm a human being. I get just as excited about life as I get angry and upset about some things in life. But you know how Coach handled it? I hit that cardio. I hit that gym. That's what I do. This is my therapy. This is how I keep going. This is how I have to force myself to keep going. I take it out in the cardio room. I take it out on weights. And when I come out of the gym 2 hours later, I'm free. Sometimes the gym has set me more free. I don't know about your opinion or your perspective. Sometimes the gym has set me more free than actual prayer. Now I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be honest and upfront and candid. I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes I've came out of the gym so clear-headed and so calm and so relaxed, I can think about my next strategy for my life and the kids and the men and women that I motivate. Walk away. It's a powerful thing. It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you courageous. Because all of us are taught, oh, stand your ground, stand your ground. And you know what? It has made this country more violent. When people stand their ground, what you gonna do? Pull out a gun? No, that's not the way we resolve intelligently. You don't have to resolve. People think they have a point to prove to every single person. And I am so glad I have came to the point in my life I realize good, bad, ugly, or indifferent, I don't have no point to prove to nobody. I have to be happy with me. At the conclusion of my life, I need to be pleased with me. Stop acting like you all got to prove a point, women. Well, he'll respect me more if I put my hands on him. No, he won't. If it's the wrong man, he gonna put his hand back on you. Men, don't do it. It's a trap. The police show up, they coming to get you. When the police pull up, they taking you away. Don't get set up. It's a setup. It's demonic and it's an evil spirit. Because honestly, I'm gonna stop right here and I'm gonna pause. That way you can know where the violence in this country comes from. It's birthed from. I want you to take a look at a HBO series. It was in 1995, I believe. If I'm accurate, it was in 1995. And it goes from the violence. It goes from slavery. It goes from slavery to the gangs in this country. And it promotes violence where the European slave owner, it's about 2 hours long, I believe, 2 hours, 3 hours long. So make sure you get some rest before you see it. But it's an HBO special and just Google violence in America. That's all I want you to do. And you will realize, it'll be an eye opener. You'll realize why men violent, why kids violent, where everybody think they got to pull out a gun. I don't even own a gun. Thank God. I'm going to die loving everyone. No matter, and I got to believe that. I'm going to die loving everyone. They don't have to love me. They don't have to even like me. That's fine. I said, I'm going to die. This dude right here, I'm going to die in love. I'm going to die in forgiveness. But that HBO special is called Violence in America, okay? And in there, it goes through slavery. It comes to America and it addressed the European slave owner was able to beat his slave and also beat his woman, his wife. That was the law books. That was on the law books. That was the focus of that time. That's how our state and our government ran this country. That the European slave owner, the slave was considered property. And not only the slave was considered property, but the woman, his wife, was considered property. And he was able to beat his wife. It had to be a certain length. The stick or whatever he picked up had to be a certain length. This was on the law books. The law books. It had to be a certain length and a certain width. And he was able to beat his wife with that. And you want to know why we have problems with domestic violence. This is the inception of our country. And it just filtered down from slavery, where the children of slave think correcting behavior was by beating, because that's how they were treated. So this is why everybody thinks they got to put their hand on people. And I've been teaching kids since 1990. I've been motivating kids since 1990. And no kid can ever tell you in this world, okay, I was mean, disrespectful, unkind, verbally abusive to him, mentally abusive to him, emotionally abusive to him, or physically abusive to him. No kid. No kid. And it took me 20 years to realize, why are people so violent? It happened to my mother. I'm going to share this with you, but you're going to read it. You're going to read it in some upcoming years in a book that I'm getting ready to write. You're going to read it in some upcoming years, but I have to face my own emotional state as I'm writing it as I'm putting it together. But I'm going to share this with you. There's no excuse for violence, especially physically violence. I have to stay on this for a while. There's no excuse for it. If you can't love a person and not put your hands on them, you don't need to love them. I'm going to say that again. If you can't love a person without putting your hands on them, you don't need to love them. I'm going to say it one more time. If you can love a person or desire to love a person and not put your hands on them, you don't need to love that person. Okay, my mom was in a relationship with a man, and she's still in a relationship with that same man, who I saw with these two eyes right here, savagely beat her from the time I was 8 years old till I was about 19 when I left her house. I left her house at 17 because I couldn't take it anymore. I walked out with a garbage bag full of my personal belongings, and I was basically homeless. But I walk out because I couldn't take it anymore. And she wouldn't let me save her. She wouldn't. And if she's looking at this video, you didn't let me save you. And I had a strategy, even at 8 years old, when you told me to close my mouth and shut up. She had black eyes every week. She used to tell my grandmother she tripped and she fell over something. And I later found out that was a lie. It was a man that was beating on her. It was a man that was beating on her, and she took my brothers and I, moved us in this house where this man continued to beat on her, black her eye, beat her to the ground. I mean, he would hit her so hard, she would go to the ground. I recall one night, he was beating on her. She ran for her life outside the house, ran up the street. The neighbors are incredulously looking at this, and I'm embarrassed. My mom is screaming for her life, and he drug her back in to beat her. Drug her back in the house. Could you imagine this? And I saw this with my own eyes. You don't need nobody if you got to beat them. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with this world? What's wrong with you? Get help. Get help. Get help, man. Get help, woman. Get help. It's free help out there too. Free. This is free. I'm not charging you money to listen to this video. I don't get money for this. I'm doing other things to get paid. This is free. This is free help. Get you some help. Listen to me. Get you some help. Stop putting your hand on people. Stop thinking you beating somebody is going to make them love you more. Because all you're going to do is cause them to walk around in this world with a low self-esteem, low self-worth, and depressed about their life. You can beat somebody so down physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, they don't even know who they are. You can say hi to them in the grocery store, and they look at you and say, you know, do you know me? And they're in your own family. They're in your own family. They don't even know who they are any longer. You can speak to them face to face, and they say, what was your name again? You're like, I'm your nephew. You don't. You can beat somebody down that low. They forget who they are. They don't chase any of their goals. They forget about dreams. They don't even dream anymore. Women are violent now. Very violent, physical violent. They yell, they scream, they holler, they curse, they break out windows, they slash tires, they refuse to leave your house. I had to call the police on a woman like that. Why? Okay, I'm going to ask you again. Please leave my home. Just because I'm 5'11", 6 foot, 230 pounds, that don't make me a monster. I don't need to be violent with you. I should be able to ask you kindly and nice. Please leave my home. Please leave my home. You don't pay the mortgage. You don't pay the utilities. You don't pay the maintenance fees. Please leave my home. And that's all I should say. You refusing to leave my home? You're violent. You're violent. That's violence. That's a first indicator of violence, men. First, avoid them women. Women that refuse to do what you ask, and you ask them nicely and quietly, and they look at you like, no, I'm not leaving your home. You're not leaving my home. Are you crazy? Yes. 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 We got to wake up. We got to wake up, women. What man would want you and you violent? Why would you want to love him, kiss him, hold his hand, go to a movie, go to the beach? And every time he look up, you calling them names. Calling them names. I don't know who in this world want to be called a name. I don't. If you can't call me Q, you can't call me Coach Carson, you can't call me Quentin, guess what? Don't call me. How about that? How about that? That's just me. We living in a day and time, people accept names that you know, I can tell people, hey, what's your name? My name is Quentin. They'll say Quincy. I said, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say Quincy. I said, my name is Quentin. Echo what I just said. You know, you have a people, and that's teetering along the line of people trying to have control of you, which is also abuse. Okay? The Bible says, and no, this is not a religious comment, but the Bible says a man that doesn't have a control, or a woman, over his own self is like a broken down city without walls. You're a piece of destruction. You're destructive. And everything that you touch, hold, becomes destructive. That's the second woman, toxic woman you need to avoid. Always angry. She always got something bitter to say. She always looking for confrontation. You can see it in her face. You can see it in her face. Oh, you don't know me. You don't know who. You don't know who I am. I got hands. I'll fight. I don't care. I'll fight a man. Baby, you can move on. Because if both of us are a man, one of us is not necessarily. Because I don't want to date another man. One of us is not necessary. You acting like that, I'm good. I'm fine. I'll move on. Okay, I'm going to take the high road. Have a great life. You ain't got to be rude. You ain't got to be disrespectful. You ain't got to call them names. And it's easy to do that because you hurt. You disappointed. But don't. Take the high road. This is the last one. This is the last one because I got to go. Watch this. The other one is equality. Everybody in this world wants to be equal. Everybody in this world wants to be created equally. Okay, women have fought for it. Black men have fought for it. Hispanics and Latins are fighting for it. Mexicans are fighting for it. Everybody wants to be equal. And if you're going to have a relationship, women, listen to me. You need to be equal. And you say, Coach, you talking about all of this. You talking about all this. Where your woman? My soulmate, bless her heart. I will always love her. Always. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. But she's no longer on earth. And if God see fit to bless my life with 2 soulmates, I never heard of that. 2 soulmates, I'm honored and I'm privileged. But my soulmate, the woman that I thought that I will be married to, that I will serve, that I will protect and defend, she's not on earth. God called her home. Wow, God called her home. So I know how to love and care for a woman. And I know what equality is, because she showed me that. I can't take no credit for it. I promise you on my life, I can't take no credit for it. But when I went out and took her to dinner, she returned it. She went out of her way. I didn't have to ask her. She took me out to dinner. She took me on vacations, and I reciprocated. I did the same thing for her. When a man takes a woman out, he ain't looking for sex. He's looking to be reciprocated. And women, you have it confused. You think a man's supposed to take you out on vacation, take you out to eat, take you to get your hair done, take you to buy you clothes and shoes. First of all, you can buy all that yourself, since you independent and you fought for your rights in this country. That doesn't make a man because he's spending all his money on you. Actually, I think that's a fool. But if you're going to be in a relationship, it's equal. That man wants to be taken out to dinner. He took you out to dinner. You don't think he wants to eat? Sex is not an exchange for him taking you out to dinner. Sex is not an exchange for him taking you out to movies. Sex is not an exchange for him taking you on vacation. Sex is an exchange for sex. Get that through your head. Violent, verbally abusive woman. A man takes you out to dinner. One day he wants to look up and say, okay, when she gonna take me out? I got to eat too. When she gonna take me on vacation? An intelligent man wants same for same. If you're a queen, don't you think he wants to feel like a king with his queen? Because if you're not treating him like a king, if you're not treating your man like a king, guess what? The next woman will. Because the next woman knows that it's dinner for dinner, vacation for vacation, experience for experience, not the movie for sex. Sex come on, wake up. Wake up. Treat the man right. Treat the man like he's royalty. Man, look for the woman, man, that will treat you like royalty. Not like, I don't want no woman treating me like a thug. I'm not a thug. I'm not a goon. I'm not a monster. And I'm not a nigger. FYI, for all the people that say, oh, we own the word, all these black people and black entertainers, oh, we gonna own the word nigger. Oh, come on, that's a whole different conversation. I don't want to get off topic. That's off topic. I'll deal with that in the next video. But those are the 3 women you need to avoid. I got to go. I love all of you with the love of God in my heart. I'm an up and coming, rising motivational speaker. You better know I'm going to take this world by storm. I'm going to give my all, because my all is all I got. Have a great and phenomenal day. Look, go to my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and my YouTube. Like, share, pass it. Like, share, pass it. I can only grow because of you. If I grow, it's because of you. Make no mistake. I can't get nowhere in this world and nobody else successfully unless we all collaborate. You build me, I'm going to turn around and build you. I promise that. Let's grow together. Let's be successful together. I love all of you. Share everything that I post. Everything, because all of it matters, just like you matter to me. God bless you. I got to hit this cardio. I'm sweating. I'm about to get it in. I got to get to where I need to be. And I hope you all have a great day, a phenomenal day, a wonderful day. And always keep your mind in perfect peace. All right? And the way you keep your mind in perfect peace, if you keep your mind on Him, the Lord thy God. It's not about religion, okay? It's about relationships. Have a great day. Bye.